Hello doll lovers, it's Ruby Red's World of Dolls and welcome back. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope that all is well, fantastic, and fabulous your way. Yes, we're here with the Barbie Party Unbox. Now, I don't normally buy these things unless I found them on deep clearance. And I don't collect them. I do collect the cutie reveals, not all of them, but some of them. And I usually wait for them to also go on clearance before I actually buy them. I think they're adorable and I think they're fun. And it's just one of those things. So I have this one because in my previous video, one of you awesome viewers, Maxine, you know who you are. She's always watching and she's always leaving such awesome feedback and in the comments. And she left me a comment as always, and she shared with me that she got this. My last video, let me go back to that. My last video, I was talking about the fashionista that was wearing this cool outfit here that I've stolen, as you can see. That's what the whole thing of it is for me. I love buying the dolls and stealing their fashion. But the dimples, the face sculpt with the dimples is one of my favorite face sculpts. And, I have it in different skin tones, medium skin tones, but not in a beautiful nubrine darker skin tone. So I said on the channel, I wish that they would make one because I definitely would want it because it's one of my favorites. And Maxine commented that she had that face mold in that skin tone and that it was in the Barbie Party Unbox. I immediately ran over to Amazon to see if they had it in stock, and they did. And they had it in stock, but I wasn't going to run and buy it then. I think they were on sale for $17.99. So, I do like I always do. I added it to my my list. Well, when I went back in the next day or maybe a day or two, the price had dropped. The price had dropped to $12. And I said, okay, look, that's a sign. Go ahead and order it. So I did. And it came today. And of course, it came in a packed envelope. Padded envelope, and of course it's damaged, but because I'm gonna unbox her, it's okay. But I think it's very tacky when you buy a brand new item and you get it and it's already banged up. If you bought it for a gift, this would definitely be unacceptable. But again, it has 10 surprises. The doll is included. It has Play-Doh and color changing because with these dolls, that's what you usually get. And I'm not usually a big fan of all of it. And then I don't usually like the arms, but because I love this face sculpt, because this face sculpt is one of my favorites to collect, I had to get it. So here is the box. I'm just showing you the side. These is 3 dolls that you can get in this collection. This is the one we're gonna unbox here, and then you have the blonde, and then you have this cutie here, and I think she's petite. And these are the surprises that you're gonna get when you unbox it. I think the presentation is very cute. And here on the back of the box, which is covered with this big bow, which we're gonna take that off in a second, it just gives you the instructions and how to do it. And this is the beautiful doll that I got. Now, just looking at the artwork, you wouldn't think that it was, and this is how it's made at the top with the bow, you wouldn't think that it was the dimple face mold. So if she had not shared that with me, I would not have known. And you guys are so awesome. So Maxine, thank you so much for sharing that with me. That's the great thing about this channel. That's another great thing about this channel, is having you awesome guys out there, my doll fam, to share things with me as well. All right, so here's how it's done. It's done up in boxes. And like I said, let me get my scissors because they got it taped up here. Because I'm not going to do the Play-Doh and stuff, I really don't even care that much about the accessories. I really just want the doll. I've seen her dress, and I think her dress is cute, so I probably am going to like that. But you guys know how I am about the pets. They don't usually do a good job on the pets. It's not that I don't love pets. It's just that they don't always do a darn good job on the pets. Okay, so I'm just going to put that there. Toss that there. And then we got the boxes. got ones already. So we got 4 boxes that look like presents. The presentation is really cute. Liking that. But again, it's all about the doll. But we'll go ahead and start with the boxes. So this is the first one. So let's go ahead and pull this. Could have probably opened that way, but because it's open like that, let's open it the way it was intended to open, I guess. All right. So what do we got? All right, so the little inside the presents are more presents. So you got 2 of those, like in these little boxes. All right, so that's that. Okay. And then we have, let's see what's in here. Okay, so this is the dress. So in the first present, we got this dress. Oh, this is so cute. I love this color. And it's much prettier in person than it is on the site, on the promo pics. So I like that. I love that. That shimmer. I love that shimmer in the hearts and the material. It's kind of a stretchy like material. So that's cute. Really like the little boxes that the presents are in. I don't know if they're all like that, but these make great props. All right, so then here is the second one. And this one, I guess, are the decorations for the cake. You got the number 1. And you got a little bow. I got it upside down. You got a little bow. And you got another little bow. All right. So I'm not going to be doing the Play-Doh part today. You know, I might wait and do that with the angel cake. So we won't probably do that today. But I'm just showing you what it comes with. All right. So because it didn't turn out the way. All right. Let's see. Which end? All right. So we start here. And we'll pull this open. All right. All right, we got more presents, more stuff in here. All right, so I guess this is it. So this is the Barbie party unboxed. I guess that feels like something smushy. All right, so I guess that's a layer of the cake. You got this little tool, I guess, with Barbie on it to use. Another bag of something squishy. Another present. And another layer of the cake, I guess. And that's all of that. Alright, so let's open the present. See what's inside. Okay, so inside this present, we have her little shoes. These are a pair of my least favorites. You know, they're cute, but they're a pair of my least favorites. Which means the doll is going to be she's going to have flat feet. But again, I'm loving these little presents. Are they stackable? Because it's hard to stack them though, because the box, the bow on the top, you know, it's risen up, as you can see. So it's kind of hard to stack them like that. But this is supposed to be the cake, I guess. So the cake is 2 layers, I guess, and it just sticks on top of each, on top, and then the little tool. And I'm not going to unbox this, guys. I'm going to save this and do this with the angel cake. I mean, she loves Play-Doh. Oh, my goodness, she loves Play-Doh. Last box. Well, we got one more box. The box with the doll. But, Maxine, thank you again so much for sharing that with me. Or I would have never known. I would have never known unless I stumbled across somebody's video and saw that. And like I said, I don't really collect these. So most of the time, I'm probably not going to watch a video. I'm not going to watch a video of unboxing them unless I'm really bored and I have nothing else to watch. All right, so this, I guess, is the mold to make the decor for the cake. You got a star, the shape of a bone, the heart. So I'm thinking, because we have a bone and number 1, this must be a birthday unboxing for her pooch. So I guess there is definitely, like we said, there's a pooch in here. We saw that on the packaging. Okay, so then I guess this is the plate to hold the cake. That's cute. That's cute. Angel Cake and I are going to have fun doing that. And then here we got another little like scoop pan or tool that we're going to use for the cake, I guess. And then I guess the pooch is inside this little bag. So let's open it and see what we got. And we do. We have the little pooch. All right, there's nothing else in there. And this is a cute little pooch. This is a cute little pooch. Wearing a gold little heart necklace around her or his neck. I guess whatever you want this pooch to be. Does the head turn? No. It's just one big mole of a pooch. You can see the little details in the fur. Little tail. It's a cute little pooch. Okay, this little, you might get to stay in Ruby Red's World of Dolls. I don't know. We might keep you. All right, so that's the little pooch, and I'm going to just place the little pooch there. And I'm ready to unbox this doll, okay? This is the whole reason why I bought it, because of Miss Dimples. And there she is peeking out. I just love this face mold, guys. I don't know why. It's just one of my favorite molds. And she's on the curvy body. All right, I'm going to need my scissors. I'm glad I kept those out, because I've got to snip her out of here. Okay. I don't know if her hair is tied down in there. Of course it is. They're going to put those sticky ties in those dolls. Okay. Sometimes I can get lucky and pull it out. And again, here again are the instructions on the back. So you're going to, a bowl doesn't come with it. So I guess you're going to have to get a bowl. You're going to have to get a bowl and mix it all together and then put it in the mold. And you know, I'm going to save this piece, I guess, so that the angel cake and I'll have some directions on how we need to decorate the cake, because we're definitely going to do that together. All right, and here she is. Oh my goodness, she's so gorgeous. Let me see if I can pull these out. My grip is just not what it used to be. So I'm definitely going to have to snip it and just push the piece that I can't pull out, push it inside her head. All right, so we'll do that. Well, her hair is very soft. All right, so here she is, that beautiful, beautiful dimple face mold. I just love it. Look at her. I just love this doll. I love her. And this is the first time that I know of this doll coming in this skin tone. I you know, maybe I missed her somewhere down the line. I don't know. And then on a curvy body. So she is on a curvy body. She has the molded on underwear, which is okay. And then this is the back. You know, they've got all the little Barbie logo and information about the doll, the number back there. And again, this is what I don't like about these dolls. The wrists and how the wrists are made. I wish that her wrists were articulated, but they're not. And they make them very awkward. So I might be finding a body for her if I got one. But she does have articulation at the shoulder and at the elbow. No wrist, the hip, and the knee, and no ankle. And again, you know, I know that this is all part done in production, and because the dolls have a darker skin tone, it shows up even more on the dolls with the darker skin tone. But as you can see, the two-tone here, you can see where I guess it was held in the machine or whatever when they sprayed it. Yeah, very noticeable. It's very noticeable. It's very noticeable on this doll. You know, I've heard some people say that they actually use that Mr. Super Clear to give the dolls a more matted body. You know, like him here, his body is more matted. This is the older I think that's the older body, and it's more shinier than this one here on the fresh dolls. The more matted bodies do look better. All right, so there she is, and let's take this piece off. She has very long hair. I'm not a big super fan of very long hair because it's hard to style, and to me it's really unrealistic. But we're talking about dolls though, but still, you know, she's got some loose pieces there that I have to, you know, comb out. I'm surprised she didn't come with a comb, but I really love the color. I like the highlights that she has. Her hair is, this is like a silver color, and then you've got different shades of, you got browns, and it looks like black or even dark brown, and it's really nice. And the hair, again, like I said, is really soft. But, you know, I'm going to have to wash this hair and do what I do to it. And I might end up changing her lip color, because she has that color changing thing. Let me see if my hands are warm enough to change her lip. Doesn't seem like my hand is warm enough. Nope. But I'm going to change those lips. I'm going to give her a more natural lip color. Yes. And I'm going to probably see if I don't even know if I had, and I want her to stay curvy. I want her to stay curvy. I mean, this is a curvy mold. This is a curvy face. I have another one that is on a curvy body. She's one of my favorites. As a matter of fact, she's sitting over there in one of my Dolramas. She's one of my favorites. She came, she is the Helen Keller doll. That was one of my favorites, again, because it had this dimples mold. She has beautiful brown eyes. You can see stars inside her eyes. I like the thick eyebrow there. Oh yes, I'm going to hook you up, girl. But here she is. Let's go ahead and put her in her little dress that she came with. You know, I don't mind the molded on underwear so much, I guess. Sometimes, I guess. You know, just if you put the doll in something that the underwear, the molded on underwear show, that's when it becomes a problem. I know I'm all out of frame, but I'm trying to tie the string around her neck here. The guys have been standing here ever since my last video. They were standing here before that. They're ready for me to set up the pool and the beach because they're ready to go. They're ready to start enjoying the summer. And, you know, I'm just going to have to get in the mood to do that. You know, I'm kind of lazy. I'm not going to lie. I'm not good at tying bows, guys. And I don't know if that is because I'm left-handed. I don't know if that has something to do with it. But I love this little dress. This little dress will definitely be added to my little collection of Barbie dresses. And I'm putting on her shoes. Okay. And there she is. Again, I would probably be satisfied with her on this body if her wrists, if she had articulated wrists. I mean, look at the hands. When you put her hands down, when you bend the elbow, look at how her hands always turn that way. I really don't like that. That's one thing I do not like about those Cutie Reveal dolls, is that their wrists are all that same way. It is so awkward. You know, like on this doll here, you see she has, this body came on, I don't even know. But guys, you know, I put her on this body and it's not a great match, but it's a doable match, you know, because I wanted her on an articulated body. And I had this extra body in my container. I don't know which doll came off of this body, but it works for pictures. It works for me until I can get her a body, because this is such a beautiful doll. She's so beautiful and she deserves some articulation. So she's on that body for now, but I really like her, and I'm probably going to, like I said, rebody her, change that lip color, pierce her ears, trim this hair up a little bit. Again, the hair is very soft, but as you can see, she's got a lot of loose pieces, which is normal. A lot of loose hairs that I got to trim off and all of that. So I'm going to wait until I wash it and then we'll trim it all at one time. She does have a center part. I'm trying to make sure I cover everything about this doll. You know, and I'm just so excited to have this doll in this face mold in my collection. And I wouldn't even known if Maxine hadn't shared it with me. And I sure do appreciate her sharing that information with me. I'm so excited. The Angel Cake's going to love playing with this. She's going to love doing this. She's going to love decorating that cake. And I'm going to let her add that to her Barbie dream house. And yeah, that's how that's going to go. But guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm looking forward. I was watching a movie and I received a notification that my package had been delivered. And of course, it was delivered in the mailbox. And you guys know my mailbox is walking distance, a good walking distance from my house. And I don't complain. I need to exercise. As long as it's not extremely hot and it's not raining, hey, I'll walk it and go. You know, I'll go to walk to my mailbox. And so I went to the mailbox to get her out of the mailbox. And I hadn't checked the mail in several days. I had quite a few pieces of mail in there. Important mail. And, you know, I know what's coming in the mailbox before it comes because I signed up for that USPS site. So I usually know what's in the mailbox anyway because they scan it. They send you, when you sign up for the updates, you get it. But loving her, so excited about her, so excited to add her to the collection, so excited to be adding her to the collection. She's adorable. Glad she's on an articulated body, though. Like I said, some articulation is better than just basic 5 points of articulation. And guys, let me share this with you guys. I have to say this and then I'm gonna cut this video short. Guys, I got up this morning bright and early like I always do. I got an unexpected 2 days off before summer school starts, and I was so excited about that. So excited to have those 2 days off in between. So I was able to sleep in and didn't have to get up. So I do wake up even though I don't have to get up. And of course, I get on that iPad because I can't sleep. And I decided to check out Smart Doll just to see what was new, what he had available, even though it was not my intentions to buy anything. Well, guys, got on the site and stumbled across a deal that I just could not pass up. You guys know I have 2 Smart Dolls, and I told you guys that it was my intentions to add more Smart Dolls, and I do want to try to get different skin tones. Though the cocoa and the coffee are my favorite, I do want to get tea and cinnamon, I think it is. I'm not interested in adding any of the other skin tones, the fantasy skin tones, like the green. No, not. And I do want one of the guys, but that guy, he's kind of a bit much more than, too much for my pockets right now. I can't justify that right now. So, but to make a long story short, to get to the point, start rambling on, I was able to get my hands. He had Live and Let Live. I think that's how you say her name. Live and Let Live in cocoa. She was on the discontinued list, and there was only 2 of her left. Live and Let Live was one that I wanted to add to my collection, but I was going to get the coffee because he does have her in coffee. But I love the cocoa as well. So I looked, and I had to look again because my glasses are all scratched up. I have new glasses, but these are my old favorites, and I just love wearing these glasses, even though sometimes the scratches in them kind of make it hard for me to see little things. But I looked, and I saw that the original price had a cross through it, and then there was a lower price, and I was like, oh my goodness, she's on. When does he ever mark dolls down? I've never seen him. I know he has those chaos bundles and stuff, but I never known him to mark down dolls. So guys, I clicked on it to see how much she was, and I just could not resist the price point. It was almost $140 less than her regular price. So I put her in my cart, and I didn't jump on it quickly. I probably waited about 15 minutes because I kept saying, do you want to do this? It's summer break. You're working a little bit for summer school, but not like you usually do, not as much. It's only like 12 days. Do you want to do this? And I said, look, I want this. This was a character that I always wanted to add, and she's on sale. Why wouldn't I get her? So again, I kept waiting and waiting, and that little voice in my ear said, there's only 2. Somebody else is looking at it in their cart just like you. There's only 2. So guys, I went ahead and I bit the bullet. I hit the submit button and made the purchase and finalized it. So I got Live and Let Live in pear, because she's pear, and cocoa coming. She's discontinued. And guys, I went back after I completely checked out and everything, and it says, do you want to go continue shopping? So I hit continue shopping. It sent me back to the main page, and I was just still strolling through looking, and guess what? She sold out within a minute. She sold the other one because it was only 2 showing available, and she sold out. The other one sold out just that quick. So I'm glad I didn't hesitate. I did hesitate, but I'm glad I didn't hesitate too long. So she'll be coming, and I'm very excited about getting her. Very excited about getting her. It's like I said, I'm being more selective about my dolls, being more selective about what I buy, what I order, and what I'm adding to the collection. I've been here in the doll room a little bit today, and I just look around, and I'm loving everything, but I'm going to make some changes in here, try to do something a little bit this summer. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. Gonna rearrange the shelves that I call my showcase shelves. Gonna do some changes in that area, I think. So that's where I'm at right now. That's where my head is right now. Finding dolls that I have that I didn't forget that I had, but I hadn't really put my hands on them in a while. So it's like, yeah, you got to start being more, you got to start not buying, because even when it's a great deal and you still just going to buy it and leave it in the box, you know, in my closet here in the doll room behind me, I need to open that closet because there is something in there I need to get out. But there's everything in that closet is still in box and brand new. And I just keep piling and piling. But there's no more room in there to pile anything else. But there is something in there that I want to get out. Alright guys, I have rambled on long enough. I did not expect for this video to go on as long as it has. But it did. But I'm getting ready to call it done. You guys know the drill. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram. We are Ruby Red's World of Dolls there. Continue being awesome, fantastic, and fabulous. And I will see you awesome, amazing people in my next video.